And as you go through this process, you're starting to create a different experience for yourself. When you change the thought, you change the experience. When you change the story that you have in your head, you change the reality that you have in your life.
I spent my time watching the spaces that have grown between us.
Alright, so that's the first seminar for the Author Your Life book tour done. I'm now currently in Amsterdam, of all places. So Amsterdam was not a planned destination for the Author Your Life tour, but there was no direct flight from Bristol back to Glasgow, so I had to go via here. Amsterdam, I think you can just see the sign up there, so that's where I am at the moment. So this was an unexpected venture off the beaten track, and it's really been just a hectic 24 hours, really. Yesterday I had a bit of a crisis. My MacBook got stuck in an update, and it's now stuck in a loop of trying to update itself, and it can't update itself. So I haven't been able to get into my MacBook since yesterday, and yesterday I got into a bit of a stress about it, to be honest. I was thinking, oh, all the times for this to happen. I'm now about to do the first leg of my Author Your Life book tour, and I don't have my slides for tomorrow. I don't have all my resources and equipment. I'm not able to email people and follow up after the event. Like, what am I going to do? And I had to really just take some of my own medicine and practice what I preach and say, David, what would you be saying to someone in this situation? You'd be saying, overcome the negative thinking, get out of that pattern, shift your state, rise above it, and start to focus in on the solutions. And ultimately, what I recognized was that I don't need the slides to do the presentation tomorrow. Everything that I know is coming from the heart. It's already in my head. It's things that I've taught before. So I didn't need the slides for a memory aid. I didn't particularly need the slides for anything visual. It's nice to have the visual stuff, but it wasn't hugely essential for what I was going to do. So today I just improvised, and I just used a flip chart, and I did the whole 3-hour session just using a flip chart, and it worked fine. It worked great. People resonated, people followed, people engaged, people understood. So what that showed was that, number one, our problems are never as big as we think they are in our heads. And also, number two, what I had to do to get out of my state yesterday was I had to stop making it about me and my story. What I was doing yesterday, I was making it about me, my Mac, my problems. And what I recognized was that I couldn't go into today's seminar with that attitude, with that focus. I had to stop making it about me and start making it about other people, about the people who are coming to watch me today, about the people who could be influenced by the book and the message and the teaching. That's what was important. And I had to rise above my story. I had to rise above my stuff in order for me to be able to get into a place of service and to deliver with the excellence that I have. So that's what I had to do, and that's what I'd recommend to all of you guys as well. When you have things that come up, and things come up in the road, and you have hardships and you have difficulties, then sometimes you've got to stop making it about you and start thinking about other people, start making it about other people, and ultimately remember your purpose and your reason behind everything. I had to do that yesterday. I had to remember, look, David, yes, you might have some problems with your Mac, but you still have the first date of your book tour tomorrow. You still have people who are coming up to see you, who are giving up their time to hear your message and learn from your story. And you have to deliver for them tomorrow. So that's what I did, and I'm glad that it all worked out all right in the end. I'm now on a long leg of traveling today. So I'm crossing 3 different countries today, leaving England, coming here to Holland, and then I'll be back in Scotland in a couple hours' time. So I look forward to speaking to you on the next leg of the Author Your Life tour.
Now walking back down this mountain, the strength of a turning tide, oh, the wind's so sore.
If I keep on asking you why do you want that? Why do you develop? Why do you do this? Why do you think this way? Why do you want to pursue this path in life? If I get into 5-year-old mode and I go, why, eventually it always boils down to the same answer: happiness.
Alright, so I've just finished my Edinburgh event. The room is empty. It's just poor little me. And this week's saga, last week, if you may remember, I had the broken Mac, the Mac that didn't work. This week's saga was my packed lunch. So I packed a lovely gorgeous lunch, a sweet potato salad, kale, spinach, olives, olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and my lunch leaked in my bag. That balsamic vinegar went all over some of my books that I was carrying with me. So that was today's saga. I hope this isn't going to be a weekly occurrence where there is something going on every single leg of the book tour, but that was what I had to deal with today. And just like last week where I had the Mac that wasn't working, ultimately you just have to adapt to the circumstances. You have to do the best, you have to think up alternatives, you have to get into solution mode. I could moan and bemoan that, oh, my seminar isn't perfect, my book event isn't perfect, because I've got all these books. Here's a particularly bad specimen. I've got all these books with balsamic vinegar. I can smell it. Whew, can you smell that? I've got all these books with balsamic vinegar all over them. People aren't going to buy them. I'm not going to sell any books. What's the point of running a book event if I don't sell any books? Well, actually, you know what? People laughed at the story. They thought it was funny. I did have some good books that people were able to buy, and some people even said, you know what, I'll buy some of the ones that have got a little bit of a stain on them. Whether that was out of pity, whether because they found the authenticity of the story, something extra that added to the book. Regardless of what it was, I just went into solution mode and said, okay, I'm just going to make the best of what's happened. And ultimately the event went well. We've got some more people who are reading books, more people who know about the message of War for Your Life, more people who are going to become the hero of their story. And that's really what it's all about, not about worrying about a little bit of balsamic vinegar.
Oh, oh, all I was searching for was me.
They didn't really want to be a doctor or a lawyer, they just did it because they were kind of obliged to, just because they got the good grades for it. And so they go away and they get their qualifications and they train and they're good at practicing medicine. There's lots of ill and sick people out there. They get paid nicely for what they do, but they don't love medicine. They don't love what they do. They just do it because they're good at it. They do it because somebody said, you'll be good at this, so you should do it.
So I've just finished my Manchester event, and this event was really one I was most anxious about, and it was the biggest risk really for my other 3 cities that I've toured in on the All For Your Life tour. There were cities that I've actually run events in before. I actually had some kind of existing audience. Out here in Manchester, I'd been here to speak once before. It was for somebody else's event, running my own, so I didn't really know what to expect. But I said, this is a place where I've enjoyed being here, I've enjoyed speaking here. I get a good vibe and a good feel. I'm going to go for it, I'm going to be ambitious. And actually when I woke up this morning was probably the most nervous that I've been before a seminar in a while, actually. I actually felt really sort of like nervous and agitated, very sort of physiologically nervous. There's always a little bit of psychological nerves where you're thinking, are things going to go right? Who am I going to get in the room today? But actually sort of physiologically, I could feel it in my hands and my tummy and in my heart. It was quite surprising. I haven't felt that anxious about talking for a while, and I guess that was part of it, was the risk that was involved in this and the unknown entity of what was going to be happening. So this part of the book tour was the most ambitious part. It was the riskiest part. But actually today has been my best event of the tour so far. I sold more books at this event than any other that I've done so far on the tour. There were more people signing up for extra training with All For Your Life, whether that be coming on to a seminar or signing up for some online training. There are people who want to come up to events in Glasgow that I'm running here from Manchester. So it was a really great event, and it just goes to show, when you have aspiration for yourself and when you push yourself and you challenge yourself and you step into the unknown, that is where the greatest results can come from. The greatest results don't come in our comfort zone where we feel safe and secure. They come outside when we're feeling unsafe and unsecure. But that's exactly when the magic will happen for you.
And I saw a friend of mine the other day, and he told me that my eyes were gleaming. No, I said I'd been away.
Successful givers, on the other hand, they chunk. So rather than spreading their energy across all these different areas, successful givers pick their battles. They say, these are the areas where I'm going to help. These are the areas that I'm going to give it.
All right, we are finished. The very last event of All For Your Life has just been complete. This has been a really cool couple weeks going across the UK and sharing the story of the latest book. Author Your Life, Become the Hero of Your Story. It's been great to meet people from different walks of life, different parts of the country, and really actually finding how similar we are and finding out how so many people are searching for the same things, they're looking for the same things in life. And today's event, I wasn't feeling on top of my game. Actually, I've got a bit of a froggy throat and a slight bit of a headache. I've maybe just been doing a bit too much speaking this month. I've been recording the audiobook as well as doing these tours and things, so maybe my voice is just getting a little bit tired. But ultimately, I came up today and I wasn't feeling 100%, but I said, I still need to serve. I still have an important message to give out. I still have important teaching to do. And these people are coming because they expect something from me. They're looking for something. And it's my duty as a professional and as a teacher to share that with them and serve to the best of my abilities. So that's what I did today. Even though things weren't feeling 100%, I still came, I still did it. And we've got some people who've bought other books. We've got some people who've said they'll come along to extra seminars, and they bought tickets for seminars that I'm running next year. So you really can become the hero of your story. We've got Ray there representing the hero of our story, and I hope you've enjoyed this little vlog series that I've been showing. And if you haven't already, make sure you get the book. Author Your Life, Become the Hero of Your Story is available right now on Amazon.
Keep your mind set in your ways. Keep your heart strong, 'cause I'll always remember you the same. Eyes like wildflowers.